So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Before I get into the watch market update, I'm going to ask all of you to please help us out with a like. And also, if you would like to, please subscribe to the channel so we can continue growing together. So I can continue dropping, some knowledge on you guys. So you guys can take it to you know, your friends and you can be the big shot talking about watches. All right, guys, so please do me the favor of a like and subscribe, right, guys? Well, guys, I want to be talking a little bit about today a couple of things. The first thing I'm going to talk to you guys about is um, the price of gold. The price of gold as of today is $3,387 an ounce, with the gram at $109 and the kilo is at $109,503. All right, guys? Got that right? The other thing I want to say, I want to send out my prayers to both of these countries, Iran and Israel. My prayers out to them. And also, ladies and gentlemen, I want to be talking about something else. I have told you in the past that I am a real. I like this watch model very, very much. I do. I like this watch a whole lot. But I wanna share something with you guys, so you guys, don't get fleece and flim flam. And I'm gonna be talking about the Rolex Land Dweller. I'm a big fan of the Rolex Land Dweller, and the reason I'm gonna talk about this is I'm gonna show you how these people, these gray watch market dealers, hype up prices among themselves, to trick you into, making believe that this is the price. Again, one more time, I love this Rolex Land Dweller. Beautiful watch, It's a stainless steel with a white dial, and the reference number that watch is the 127334 with a retail price of $15,350. And I'm gonna show you something today, so you guys, you guys just don't enter a room with your schnook in your hand. You go in there, you know what's going on. So this is a beautiful watch, and I always said that this watch was gonna, go up there. So I'm watching an auction. Auction is the best way these people get you going. No matter what auction, no matter what watch group you belong to, buying platform group, whatever it is you call it, no, doesn't matter which one it is. I'm gonna tell you my story. So I'm watching, an auction going on, and they're talking like this. They're talking about, this is the first Rolex Land Dweller in the United States. On the wild. This is the first one. This is yesterday. Okay, this is yesterday. So the auction goes on. As you know, it's among themselves. Among themselves. You bid for me, I bid for you. You bid for me, I bid for you. Blah blah, back and forth. Right. So they're bidding for this Rolex stainless steel Land Dweller. Right. The watch goes at $5,000, $10,000, $25,000, $27,000, $41,000, right? So they're going back and forth with the watch. And somebody's going to win the watch when they're looking for the number they want. The watch finally sells, and it sells for $56,000. $56,000. You got to give the platform you belong, the little commission, bam, bam, bam. The watch is at $60,000, right? This is the first Rolex Land Dweller in the wild, and they have it in auction. Listen and learn, ladies and gentlemen, so you know how to handle things, so you know what's going on. Remember, these people are artificially hyping up a price. I show you how they do it. Dealer to dealer, hyping up the price among themselves, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, until they get the magic number they want. Ladies and gentlemen, to get a scam going, to get a scam going, to get a grift going, to get you hoodwink, you first got to find a bunch of tomato cans, a bunch of sandbags. You understand me? When you find a bunch of sandbags, crumb bums, tomato cans, then the grift will work easily. The grift will work easily when you find a bunch of those people. You understand me? You gotta find sandbags, tomato cans, crumb bums. Easy people that, depart from their money very easily, let it go very easily, They need those people. They don't want me, because that guy knows too much. They want to get tomato cans, not recovering tomato cans, because the recovering tomato cans already know. They're smart already. They want tomato cans, sandbags, cow tippers, possum kickers, tire kickers, can kickers. That's what they want. They want that type of person. You understand me? They want that type of person they want. Thank you very much, Patel, for that beautiful, unbelievable, beautiful gift to the channel. Thank you so much. So they want that person, they want that person, and they get them, they get that person, and they hoodwink him, they hoodwink him, and they leave him homeless. So now they got the number they want, right? They got the number among themselves. And you're going to hear words when they are doing these auctions. Listen and learn. You're going to listen to these words they use against you. It's like MK Ultra, It's like MK Ultra. They want to get you. A subliminal message. They use the word, oh my God, that watch is fire. Amazing. You understand me? Heat. The heat is on. The heat is on. That watch is fire. This is them among themselves talking to each other, subliminal message to get you going. Because people are very gullible in life. They're very easy to get taken, with these magic words, majestical words they use on you guys, It's unbelievable. They use the word, this is a banger. This is a banger. A savage. Yeesh. Unbelievable. Kaboom. Boom. They use all these words to get into your wife's 401k. That's right. To, get into your wife's 401k. Once they get the number, now the next day, which is today, the one that was the first watch in the USA as a Rolex land dweller in the wild. Now today, now they have it in sale. On sale, not an auction. Don't be mashuganas. Don't be mashuganas. Manishma. Now today they have the watch on sale for $60,000. Understand me? Today they have it for $60,000. Not an auction, for $60,000. And I just finished showing you how the grift is done. How the grift is done. This is the first land dweller stainless steel in the wild. 40 millimeter. Unbelievable. With a retail price of $15,350. White dial. Unbelievable. What a banger. Yeesh. Wow. Amazing. And then they write down, come on, somebody buy this heat. Somebody buy this watch. It's all a sketch. It's all a sketch because you guys are too easy to get taken, and they know it. You're dealing with people, they're experts, man. These people study every day how to get you taken. But then you lucky you got me. You 13 organic watch channel subscribers, which I only got 5 thumbs up and 13. You lucky you got me. I'm showing you how the grift is done. This is all done artificially. Artificially to get the number they want. And you Michiganders are so, so much of a dodo bird that you believe the number they got there. And you go and you told people, my God, they saw that watch for $60,000. And you told Tommy, Bobby, you tell Willie, you tell everybody the good news that you saw the watch. $60,000. That's the number they put on there for you guys. You guys have been fleeced for too long. You guys have been fleeced for too long, and you have been mesmerized, like Pluto, Brutus, Popeye, Brutus, olive oil, Brutus would do this to olive oil, salami, and they get you, in an MK Ultra, and you start believing all the numbers. So right now, that watch, right now, they're asking for that watch $60,000. The watch costs $15,350. No matter which, watch dealer channel you look at, papi, it's the same thing. Es la misma mierda con diferente peste. It's the same shit with different smell. No matter which channel you go to. Everybody has the same memo. Everybody reads the same memo. This is the way we're going to attack Sweet Kino and Juan. We're going to attack Juan this way. We're going to attack Kino this way. He's a dumbski. If you don't know what a dumbski is, you Google it. All right? We're going to attack because Juan and Kino are 2 dumbskis that we have here. 2 crumb bums. It's incredible how these people don't even feel embarrassing doing that, And it's just them. It's dealer to dealer doing the hype, doing the hyping, doing the grift. Back and forth until they get the number. And now you guys get used to the number of $60,000. Subliminal message. $15,350 price watch. They're selling it for $60,000. And a crumb bum, a Michigander, a dodo bird will pay the $60,000 for the watch. That's right. And I told you since that watch came out, it was going to go to $60,000. You didn't have to wait. I already told you since it came out in April. But I'm telling you how the grift is done. To get into your children's tuition money. To get into your 401k. To get into your mother's bank account. In particular, these youngsters, these young kids that are still in university on their 4th year. They give away their mother's money away. They'll give it away. They don't care. Son unos lambones. Son unos palomos. Son palomos. So this is the grift. And I'm showing you what's going on. This is nobody. Nobody's bidding for the watch. Not you and not me. It's just them. It's them. These people still believe that there is still left over free government money. There's no more free government money, papi. La situación está jodida, no hay dinero, papá. No sean palomos. No sean lambones. These people are thinking the whole day how to get you taken. Listen to me. To one of those people to stand up firmly, they got to sell one of those watches, and they're already getting halfway through the year already. If they can pocket $40,000, Bobby, they're sitting beautiful. One more, you're almost to $100,000 you made in a year. That's beautiful. They're looking, these cockroaches son una gonorrea. These are cockroaches, papi. These are insects. These people are an infection in the corner of your nail. When you pull your nail out and you get an infection and you get pus, This is what they do to you people, man. You understand me? This is what they want. Papi, these people want to sell 3-4 watches. You know, not a home run, a grand slam. You know, a grand slam. You understand me? And this is what they're looking for the whole day. This person that says, look, I got the first one. We're all here, you know, dealers. Help me hype up this watch artificially. And then help me find un maranito. Un maranito, un sapo. Let me find un sapo. So I can do this to him deeply. Deeply. And they'll get one. They'll get one. Because they all work together. It's a little gang. It's a little gang. And I'm telling you, if you can pull a year, $120, $150, selling these time machines, you're sitting beautiful, papi. So this mashugana, this insect, this infection, this cockroach, because these are cockroaches, ladies and gentlemen. These are cockroaches preying on your children's tuition school money. Y ustedes son unos lambones that you maintain their lifestyle. You like to maintain their lifestyle. You won't go help a homeless, but you will go help those cockroaches. It's ironic. Life is ironic. You will not help the animal shelter, but you'll keep on maintaining his red gold fast car. Porque tú eres un lambón. And you deserve to get this deep. Remember, in this channel, I don't sell watches. I don't buy watches. I don't care if you unsubscribe from this channel. I don't care. How you like them apples? I don't care. I'm here to tell you the truth. What they won't dare to tell you, I will. And you know why? Because I'm stupid like that. That's why. I'm stupid like that. I am stupid just like that. You know, because you guys are a bunch of dumbskis. A bunch of dumbskis giving away your daughter's birthday money. That's right. You guys are dumbskis using your parents' credit cards to buy watches. The watch market is dead. You guys want to continue crawling with the rats, or you want to soar with the eagles? You understand me? The eagles. Unbelievable, but true. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You guys want to continue crawling with the rats. You know? You understand me? That's what you want. And I give it to you. I give it to you, ladies and gentlemen. And then you start hopping around with a lollipop in your mouth. You know, like life is beautiful. You know? Do you know where we're heading to, guys? Ustedes sapo, ¿saben para dónde vamos? Do you know where we're heading to? We're already in dark times. But now, man, this is unbelievable what's happening in our country. I said it wrong. What's happening in the world, you know, with the owners of the world, what they're preparing for you guys. What the owners of the world are preparing for you guys and me, it's unbelievable what's coming up. No matter if it's blue and no matter if it's red, what they're preparing for us is unstoppable. Unstoppable. They are going to turn all of us upside down. All of us upside down. Do you think that those SBA loans and those PPP loans and those government grants and those protection check plans, they're not going to get their money back? Are you kidding me? They've been getting it back for the last year and a half already. You guys are you silly. You guys are too silly. You guys are too silly. You know, you guys are too silly, but I'm here telling you the truth. The truth they won't dare to tell you, I tell you. Because I'm stupid like that, papi. Ustedes no pueden seguir. You guys cannot continue maintaining these people's lifestyle. Their red gold fast car. You know, their Louis Vuitton Nike sneakers, their ripped jeans, Montclair sweaters, you know, Supreme hoodies, you know, Supreme red backpacks, you know, sushi dinners, $17,000 steak dinners. You guys are maintaining that. No, no coman mierda. No sean gilipollas. Ustedes son unos lambones y unos palomos. Ustedes son lambones y palomos. That's what you guys are. That's what you guys are. You're like you're MK Ultra, you know, mesmerized by like Pluto mesmerized olive oil, you know? Every time that Pluto wanted olive oil, he just did this to her, and he got her and took her to his bed. And that's what they do to you guys. Deep, deep, deep. That's right. Deep. 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 You don't know about that because you're skip hopping around through life like bunny rabbits. You know, not rabbits, bunny rabbits. You know, from the Playboy Mansion, the little bunny in the back. That's what you guys are. I know what I'm telling you. I know what I'm telling you. What the owners of the world are preparing for us is unstoppable. You're going to be running to your house and you're going to have deep, deep skid marks on your Fruit of Loom, underwears. Skid marks. You know, skid marks. Stinky skid marks. Stinky. But I'm going to give it to you because I don't sell nothing. I don't sell watches. I don't want to buy your watches. I don't even want to sell you a hat that says the watch market is dead. I don't even want to sell you that. I don't want to sell it, you know? And then you see these Michiganers, they run to all these channels and give away their nickels and dimes. Do you know what a dollar buys you today? Do you know what a dollar buys you today? A dollar buys you a nickel. A whole nickel. You don't understand what's going on, guys. You don't understand what BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street has in store for us. Papi, lo van a desbaratar. You know what's happening already, that those two countries, they're going at it. They're throwing rocks at each other. Rocks. You know, rocks at each other. Rocks already. It's unbelievable. Rocks. And these people are artificially hyping up prices to $60,000. What an embarrassment. Que bochorno. $50,000, papi. These people want you to pay for their children's private schools in one shot. Don't you understand? These people make deep, deep money on you guys. Papi, since we came around, we stopped sort of the bleeding. But remember, it's just me. And sweet Kid Kino to me, Joaquin to you. We can't do it alone. We can't do it alone. You saw what happened with those channels already that have been taken off the air for selling fantasies. You know, I got to use subliminal message words to you guys so I don't get, you understand me? But you know why that happened? Because some people got fed up and they picked up the phone and they started dialing. They're doing this to me. That channel's doing this to me. And that's what you guys gotta do so you can finish this. Esto es como un comunismo. This is like a communism, socialism. No te puedes quedar así con las manos cruzadas. You can't stand like this with your hands crossed. You gotta do something about it. You know how long I've been doing this already? Going on 3 years and 6 months. 3 years and 6 months. And what do I get? This. That's right. Nobody wants to hear the truth, ladies and gentlemen. In today's time, a lie is like a fad. It's a new thing. Lying to, being lied to, it's a beautiful thing. People like to be lied now. It's a new thing. It's like, if you look at every girl in the street today, they all look like the Kardashians. You haven't noticed that either? All the girls look exactly like the Kardashians. Same eyebrows, same tan, same color. They're all, plastic this, plastic that, skinny little legs with 2 balls in the back. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And I sometimes think, what am I doing in this world, man? I'm living in the wrong world. You guys gotta stop it already. You guys, I'm not gonna be here showing you what watch I bought. I'm not gonna be giving you a review on a leather strap, on a stainless steel strap, on the watch this guy sold to me, but it's not for real. It's a fugazi. Papi, you came for that here. Vete pa' casa en carajo. Vete pa' casa en carajo. I don't have that for you here. You got to go over there to those channels over there. They talk about that the whole day. I'm telling you what nobody would dare to tell you. I got a subscriber in this channel, and he tells me always, beautiful people, he's beautiful people, but he tells me always, Juan, you need to keep it simple for these subscribers. How simple can I keep it? If I told you more, I might scare you. I can't go deeper than that, because if I go deeper, they'll do that to me. These are the doors open, like that. And he tells me that always. And it's for real, he's an unbelievable gentleman. It's unbelievable. He tells me, Juan, keep it simple. Keep it simple for them, because it's not. They're skipping around como una paloma. Like little, that little fairy in the world Disney, I think it's Twinkle. I don't know her name. She flies. You can't with the little green uniform and leotards. That's you guys. Pa que le den, lo ponen en el paredón. Look at that. Tinkerbell. You can't be Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell. Like that. That's who you guys are, Tinkerbell. And you guys like it. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Yes, Tinkerbell, yes. I'm trying to help you guys out, because you guys need all the help you guys can get, ladies and gentlemen. The situation is not good. And when you see a watch that costs $15,000, being artificially hyped up to a price of $60,000, and now they're asking you $60,000 for the watch, and you're gonna give it away, it's a sad thing, because you're gonna need that money. All that money you guys have, giving away, by pushing the button, sending away those wires to all these flim flammers who have been fleecing you for too long. Papi, this is tough. This is a jungle, papi. This is a jungle. This is a jungle. This is a jungle out there. Today is a jungle. 3 years ago, era jamón, it was ham. 3 years ago, when they were giving free money around. But the money dried out, bro. The money dried out, and they're coming back for it. They want it back. Listen, they want it back with interest. They want it back with interest. You understand me? They want it back. You think you're going to stay with it? Papi, those people, all those people that took it, all those people, papi, we want it back. They're coming back for it. And I'm going to help them out. I'm going to help them out. Go get them. Because they still don't want to get off the Range Rover. They still want to live on your dime. And I'm telling you, it doesn't matter which group of watches you belong to. It's all of them. It's every single one of them. They all get the blueprints and the memo. You follow these blueprints. All the videos that I've done, there are blueprints for you guys. So whenever you feel lost, you go back and look at them. Let's go see what Juan Felipe Nieves would say. You put it on. Juan Felipe Nieves called us, you want to crawl with the rats or you want to soar with the eagles? Because right now, all of you are crawling with rats. Comiendo queso viejo, papá. No sean pendejos y lambones. Por tu madre. This is unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. I look at myself and I say, man, you know, luckily that I do it because to me, I get to blow steam. But man, I see people out there that they're not giving you nothing, no lead. No lead. You know? Tú sabes, there's like a saying in Spanish that goes like this. Ese tipo da un ojo por verte a ti ciego. That guy gives up an eye to see you blind. You know that? You know, he gives an eye to see you blind. Now, you guys don't understand that, but that's fine, you know, porque son así. El que nace pa' martillo, del cielo le caen los clavos. If you don't understand what I said in Spanish, you Google that one, because I'm not going to tell you either. Not that one. Porque ustedes son unos lambones. Ustedes son unos lambones. Y unos atrevidos por seguir insistiendo que el mercado de los relojes está bueno. You know that? You guys are a bunch of lollipop suckers for keep on insisting that the watch market is up and running. You guys are a bunch of lollipop suckers for saying that the watch market is up and running. Watch market is dead. Watch market is dead. But they got you guys. Listen, they pound you in your head. Every single day, I turn on the news and I hear the same thing over and over and over again. I'm talking about the real news, you know, every day. And they're telling you, we're coming. And when they come, you already know it already. Because, you know, you've been, you know, subliminal message has been in the back of your head already. It's coming. And these people are telling you every day, the watch market is up and running. The watch market is up and running. The watch market is up and running. You believe it. Even if one person tells you that it's not, you'll still believe them. And you'll still defend them to the end. You'll fight for them. You'll defend them. Anyway, guys, I'm not going to continue, you know, calling you cow tippers, possum kickers, crumb bums, sandbags, tomato cans, window lickers, crayon eaters. I'm not. I don't want to do it no more. Not today. But I'm going to give you a watch market update because that's the very least you guys deserve, you know, after I scold you guys. Unbelievable. Peace to all of you guys, right? Peace. You know I mean this in a good way. I don't mean this in a malice way, you know. But you know, ladies and gentlemen, I've told you already that all of us that live in the world, you know, on earth, some way, somehow, we are slaves. We are slaves. We are slaves to the elites, the owners of the world. You know that? We are slaves. You know, we're slaves to BlackRock, State Street, Vanguard, you know, the Bilderbergers. You don't know about that stuff? It's too strong for you guys, that, right? That's what it is. You know that one? You know that one? You know that one? You don't know that one? You know, the New World Order is in effect. They're coming for us. You got to be careful with your mailboxes. You better be careful with those colored dots. When you see colored dots in your mailboxes, I better take it easy, kiddo. They don't know about this. They'll get scared. You don't know about that. You guys want to continue skip hopping around through life like bunny rabbits, you know, or lollipop suckers in your mouth. La situación está jodida. I know what I'm trying to tell you. Until they come and get me and take me to a camp, they're gonna pick me up and take me to a camp. And I'm gonna call for my friend that the one that tells me always keep it simple. I'm gonna call him up. I'm over here in this camp. Pick me up. You know, because they have to. You know, they have to inject my head to become with society. Somebody help me. If you know what I'm saying, I can't say too much. Anyway, I'm gonna go to the watch market update, guys. Here it goes. Our first watch is a Vacheron Constantin. Thank you, Damon. Thank you so much. Vacheron Constantin overseas, stainless steel, white dial, dual time, the 7900V. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. Retail price is $30,900. And I'm going to tell you, window lickers out there, you do whatever you want. You do whatever you want. But let me tell you something. This is one of the most well-crafted, you know, watch factories out there. Vacheron Constantin, and especially the overseas, make monster watches. I tell you the prices, retail price is $30,900. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, don't pay for that watch more than $18,000 and do whatever you want. Our next watch is a Vacheron Constantin overseas stainless steel blue dial chronograph, 5500 with a 42.5 millimeter casing. Retail price is $35,600. Ladies and gentlemen, stop being mashuganers. Stop being mashuganers. Manishma to all of you. Manishma. Manishma. Don't pay for that 5500 V. If you know, put it up there, because Vacheron Constantin watches are floating in the Miami River. Floating face down. Passing the, passing the Hyatt Hotel. Unbelievable, but passing right by them, And I'm going to tell you, don't pay for that chrono, blue dial, 5500. $35,600 the retail price. Don't pay more than $21,000 and that's marketing day. You do whatever you want. You do whatever you want. I'm saying Vacheron because these are all the watches that my organic watch channel subscribers have asked me to please give them numbers. So I'm giving you numbers because I'm stupid like that. For free. For free. Like those other channels will tell you you got to become a membership. In my channel, it'll cost you $20 a month, $10 a month. I'm not saying this because I'm looking for limona. No, I'm giving you an example. What they do to you guys to get you taken. You join this channel membership, you pay $15, $10. The guy over there from Italy, the fake Italian, flat top monkey eyebrows, and he's there, you're drinking Macallan on your children's dime. No, not here. This is for free. Papi, for free. Son tan lambones que they send me messages. Can you please tell me this price? You go, I'm going to give it to you, Papa. Put it down. I'm going to give it to you. You don't have to pay me no membership. You don't have to. Next watch is a Vacheron Constantin overseas rose gold with a white dial, ultra thin perpetual calendar with a 42.5 millimeter casing. Ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to believe this. The retail price of this watch is going to blow your hair back and knock your socks off. Leave you homeless. The retail price of this watch is $111,000. $111,000. You understand? If I was one of those dealers, like the ones you like to look at, like the Hungry Hippo, Mr. Magoo, Deputy Boxing Black Eyes. Look at this. This is a good number, Albert. You're pretty on target. These people won't be able to give you this number because this is how they make their, livelihood, by giving it to you deep. But this watch, again, it's unbelievable. I'm telling you, to me, it's one of the best craftsmanship out there in watches. Better than Patek, better to me at times, better than AP, better than Richard Mille, better than Rolex. But for some reason, man, it just can't make it to the finish line. He dead. He dead in the Miami River floating like this. I'm not even going to tell you how much this watch was at one moment. But the retail is 111,000. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, don't pay for that watch. I think somebody said like $60,000, if I'm not wrong. Somebody said like $60,000. I think so. But I'm going to tell you, don't pay for that watch more than $67,000. And Dumping. Una vez más. Dumping. Doble. Dumping. That's all I got to tell you. Dead. You do whatever you want. I'm giving you time so you can run to the other channels so you can be un lambón. You go there. Papi, this is the #1 watch market update show in the world, chosen by no other than Fudinki. Our next watch is an unbelievable looking time machine. It is a Vacheron Constantin overseas, rose gold, with a blue dial, date, 41 millimeter. You know, the older reference number, 4500V. Retail price, $60,500. $60,500. No, no me apures. Don't rush me. Don't rush me. I'm not selling watches here. I'm not buying none of the watches. I'm not selling no gear. I can do what I want. They can leave if they want. I don't care. Leave. Leave. Vais en todo. You saw what happened? Did you see that? Mira. Like that. You see what happens? The big trifecta, papi. You saw it, mira. Have I said one single bad word? Not even one. But they come from me, papi. That guy is the one, bro. He's dropping and dropping and dropping. Kino, me hicieron así. Así. Learn, listen and learn. You're going to learn a lot on this channel. You're going to understand what a bots. You're going to learn what a bots. You got up bots, okay? Ellos no entienden eso, están perdidos. Vacheron Constantin rose gold blue dial, date, 41 millimeter, 4500V, retail price $60,500. Do yourself a favor. Do yourself a favor and don't pay for that watch. You ready for this, guys? Abento, Mr. Donor, you ready for this? Don't pay for that watch more than $43,000 and you want to use slighted condition material. Use full set. You do whatever you want. To all my Richard Mille fans who want all these watches, I'm going to give them to you today. I'm going to give you Richard Mille. Okay, you were good, Achilles, with the 41,000. Wow. Right, 40 in August. No, maybe July. Our next watch is a Richard Mille RM11 titanium Felipe Massa. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. I'm embarrassed to tell you what they were asking for this watch. But I'm going to tell you, they were asking for this watch because it had the name Felipe Massa in that Corona era. In that Corona era. Wow, these guys are pretty good, man. All of them that just put numbers up there, they're there. I'm going to tell you, don't pay for that Felipe Massa, because we have three gentlemen that put numbers there that look very, very close. Okay, here's my number. I have unbelievable organic watch channel subscribers. Unbelievable. Don't pay for that watch. Don't pay for that Felipe Massa. Don't pay more than $138,000 in dumping. Dumping. Richard Mille watches are dead in water in the Miami River like this. Dead. Dead. Ladies and gentlemen, our next Richard Mille is the RM055. You know, unbelievable, the Bubba Watson, the Asia edition. Does anybody know what I'm going to say for that watch? You know, limited to help you out more, 50 pieces around the world. 50 pieces around the world. Nah, ellos no saben de esto. Esto es mucho para ellos. Esto es mucho. Esto es mucho para ellos. Coño, that Achilles is on fire. My God. Wow. Okay. Wow. RM055. Ladies and gentlemen, Richard Mille watches is a sucker's bet. Es para lambones. You know, at one moment, Richard Mille watches was the money wire transfer watch. From Asia to JFK to the Diamond District, cash me in. Those days are over, Papi. Big brother. You know, it was the money wire transfer watch at one moment. You guys don't know about that. You guys don't know about that. You still, and let me explain to you something. When I made a video on that, I'm gonna tell you how long ago I made that video. That was one of my first or second video I ever did. And I said, wow, man, I can do this. This is simple. And I did it. And if you ask around for my video, say, hey, man, what that guy said there, he dropped knowledge to all of us for free. It was the money wire wrist watch at one moment, but no more. But let's go back to that Bubba Watson, because somebody said a good price there. The Bubba Watson Asia edition, limited to 50 pieces. You know, it's unbelievable. It's black. It's all black. You know, you have the Bubba Watson in white. This one is black. 50 pieces. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you do whatever you want. Don't pay for that watch more than $239,000. And done! Richard Mille! Done! Richard Mille! Done! Dead. I don't have no sympathy for Richard Mille. No sympathy. They did the right thing. They attacked the target. Remember, over there in Asia, there's like 1,180 billionaires that don't know how to move their money around. Because in that side, there's a lot of red flags. Red flags. You don't know what a red flag is? Google it. Red flags. You might be thinking, yeah, but they're billionaires. Don't matter. There's flags everywhere. That money cannot be moved around so simple. Look into it so you can, you can get better in life, Yep, that's it. That's it. Listen to what this gentleman said. But you do whatever you want. The next watch is a watch that is another Richard Mille. To all these Richard Mille fanatics, Papi, you have a slow leak on your tire. Your tire's dropping on air, And when it hits the rim in the floor, te jodiste. That's what I'm telling you. Richard Mille, RM35/02. Rafa Nadal. You know, it was designed by Rafa Nadal. Unbelievable. You know, it has that special material. You know, the special material they use on those watches. You know, STD, NTPD, STP. You know, all those infection words, you know? Unbelievable. NTP, NTPT, I call it the STD watch. That's what I call it. You do whatever you want. Skeletonize. You know, red, carbon, quartz, TPT. Una jodienda. You know, when you hit it with the racket, it has stabilization. You know, when we go on the boat, we put out the stabilizations and the boat stays still. When we don't put it out, it's like this. But when we put it out, the boat like that. You know? So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a beautiful watch. And there's people out there putting numbers, and that's beautiful. Let me see the numbers. Fine. That's good. I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, don't pay for that Rafa. Don't pay for the Rafa. Don't pay for the Rafa more than $188,000 and down. That's all I got for you. That's all I got for you guys. Today I'm bringing fire. Papa, the 7201 is coming right now. The 7201. You see, listen to this. We have a subscriber right now. Read what he wrote down. He's asking me to give him a price. And I'm going to oblige and give it to him. Scout's honor. Like my friend tells me, one, keep it simple for them. Keep it simple. Am I doing a good job? Tell me. Tell me if I'm keeping it simple. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you that reference number that this gentleman is asking me of a Richard Mille. The RM, Richard Mille, RM7201, lifestyle, in-house chrono, unbelievable, and fully white ceramic. Sir, are you listening to me? Because I have a quinella for you. A quinella. You know what a quinella is? Not a perfecta, not a trifecta. A quinella. This is the white ceramic, Mr. Alberto. White ceramic. I'm going to tell you, there's people out there that they should be ashamed of themselves. They should be ashamed. They're asking for that watch. 397, 382. It's unbelievable what they're asking for this watch. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable. But I'm going to tell you because I'm stupid like that. I'm going to tell you because I'm stupid just like that. Here it goes, sir. You ready for it? Don't pay for that watch more than $332,000 and done. But if you want it cheaper, wait until July, August. They're going to drop faster than Billy Boy's pants in an Arkansas farmhouse. The watch market is dead. Okay? I'm going to give you, sir, Achilles, I'm going to give you another RM7201. Okay? Another one. You must be the gentleman they asked me to look for Richard Mille. You must be him. I'm going to give you one more. One more Richard Mille. 7201. Titanium. Titanium, ladies and gentlemen. Titanium, ladies and gentlemen. With a beautiful white strap. 7201. RM, Richard Mille. Titanium. Don't pay for the watch. Don't pay for that watch. Remember, we can't sell fantasies in this channel. We don't sell fantasies and we don't buy fantasies. We don't. We don't. Poquito agua, papá. A little bit of water for me. Don't pay for that titanium 7201. Don't pay more than $206,000 and dead. Richard Mille watches are dead in water. Richard Mille watches are dead in water. That's all I got to say. How much did you pay for it, Alberto? I'm going to talk to you about another watch that another subscriber of this channel asked me, can you please tell me a price on this watch? And I obliged. I said, of course, I'll give you the price. Maybe you're going to like the price. Maybe you're not going to like the price. And that's fine with me. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is a watch that in this channel, basically nobody asks me for this watch. They don't ask me for this brand. But like I said, I must oblige. I must be kind to my audience. I know you guys like those rough guys that rough you guys up, but not me. Not me, I give it to you. We're gonna be talking about a Breitling. A Breitling Navi Timer B19 Chrono 43 perpetual calendar. Only 140 pieces made around the world. One of 140 pieces. Unbelievable, this watch. Unbelievable. Red gold. Red gold. I'm going to give you the reference number because you guys need it. Let me take off my glasses. It's the PB19 2025 1C1A1. Okay? Somebody put how much they put there? Somebody put a price there. I saw it, right? Okay. I'm going to tell you the retail price of this Breitling Navi Timer is $63,000. $63,000. Sir, I don't mean to burst your bubble. I don't know if you want to buy it or you're trying to sell it for $50,000, but there'll be a cold day in hell before you get $50,000 for that watch. A cold day. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, don't pay for that watch. And I mean this, because we say what it is for real. Don't pay for that watch more than, it's sad, man, but it's the truth. Don't pay for that watch more than $23,000 and dead. And let me tell you something. In August, it'll be at $17,000. It's different. That's not a Rolex or a Patek or an AP. That's different. That one jumps up by tens, 8,000, 9,000 one shot. He's dead. You do whatever you want. You do whatever you want. Our next watch is an AP Royal Oak stainless steel white dial 41 millimeter. Audemars Piguet, 41 millimeter. Reference number on this watch is the 15510. 50th anniversary. If I tell you how much this watch was being paraded, and artificially being hyped for in 2022, you're not going to believe me. It doesn't matter if it was blue dial, green dial, white dial, it didn't, it was, let's say the white one, the white dial, $80,000. Because they had on the rotor 50th anniversary. 50th anniversary. The Corona era, the Corona beer era. Mr. Alberto, $40,000. Where to go, Albert? Where to go? Let's see who else. Anybody? Any other takers? No more takers? Because it had a white dial. It was a 41 millimeter stainless steel. And you got fleeced and flim-flam by your favorite Muppet Boiler Room secondary grade watch market dealer. But you're lucky, you got me here. I am the biggest thorn to those people. You guys still haven't figured out that I'm the biggest thorn to those people? Bobby, I'm the biggest thorn to those people. Somebody says to me again in this channel that when they hear the name Juan Felipe Nieves, they shake in their boots. Shaking their boots. Unbelievable. I never heard that one. That was unbelievable. I started laughing when I was taking a shower. And my wife said, "What are you laughing about?" Unbelievable. Adamas Piquet, Royal Oak, 15, 510. Peace to you. So, it's the 50th anniversary. The retail price of this watch is $28,600. I have a gentleman by the name of Albert. He's a subscriber to the channel. Beautiful people. Beautiful people. And Mr. Dono said 38 and Albert said $40,000. And I'm going to tell all of you out there, don't pay for that watch. You do whatever you want with your children's tuition money, and you do whatever you want. Now I'm going to start saying this now. You do whatever you want with your wife's 401k. Not yours, because you don't have no more. You got this deep, you know? Deep. Don't pay for that watch. You do whatever you want. But don't pay for that 15, 510, 50th anniversary white dial. Don't pay more than $35,000 and down. You do whatever you want. We're coming to the end. We're coming down the stretch, you know? We are in Belmont. We're in Belmont. Well, the Preakness. No, the Kentucky. We're in the Kentucky Derby. We're already in the stretch. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is an AP Royal Oak stainless steel blue dial, 41 millimeter, reference number 26320. This watch is from 2015. 15. And you won't believe that they were asking for this watch in the shows $90,000, $100,000. You know, the closer you were to the Corona, the bigger the amount of money, because they knew there was free money all over the place. They knew it. And this is a watch that is from 2015. You know, 2015, and people were in their cars pushing the wire transfer button. Send me, gimme. You know, crazy, unbelievable. I had never seen that in my life. Look at that, $34,200. Unbelievable, that Mr. Donut. That's all I got to say. Blue dial, 2015. And I'm going to tell you guys, because you guys need to know. The retail price of that watch in 2015 was $26,800, you know, for this beautiful, you know, chrono watch with a blue dial. Unbelievable. And ladies and gentlemen, do yourself a favor and don't pay for that watch. I mean, I know that sometimes you can't teach stupid, you know? I know that sometimes we cannot, me and Sweet Kid Kino, we can't teach stupid. I'm not calling you that. I'm just saying that we can't teach stupid, you know? Te quedas el lambón, te quedas estúpido. Don't pay for that watch. Whatever you do, blue dial, 41 millimeter, 26320, stainless steel. Don't pay for it more than $35,500 in dropping. And if you wait until July, August, 32.5. 32. August 31. That's all I got to tell you. August 31. Somebody just told me I am stupid, but not a fool. That's good. At least that gentleman, you know, Franco Fiore, understands what I'm saying, you know. Sometimes you just can't teach stupid, you know. It's what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is Omega Speedmaster Professional Moon Watch, Apollo 2 50th Anniversary Moonshine Gold, 42 millimeter with a ruby bezel. I don't know what it is. You know, red bezel, brown bezel. It's different. Beautiful. Retail price is $41,200. Unbelievable looking time machine that is made. It's made. You know where. You know where that watch is made. You know where it's made. You know where it's made. I'm just telling you what it is. You know, I gotta tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I always thank my my father, and I always thank these people are no longer here no more with me no more. My father's not no longer with me here. My friend Paco Gambino is not here. You heard that right, Paco Gambino. He's not here no more. But I was so lucky that I was, turned on to these people, and I didn't run away from my father. Sometimes your children will run away from you. They don't want to listen to you for whatever reason. But I don't know. I think I had like a guardian angel on me, and I listened to my dad. When he would talk, and he would always tell me, "But I'm gonna give you the opportunity to go find out yourself. Go search out there." He would tell me that, And then I met old Paco Gambino. He was the shit, man. Paco Gambino, man. He must have been 5 feet. Paquito carajo. I played a lot of golf with him, a lot of golf. And short, very, very, very short man. 5'4" to be honest, something like that. And he showed me a lot of things about life. And and he always told me, whatever you learn in life, you share it. You share it. Don't be a hog. So just wanted to give those two gentlemen a shout out. My dad and Paco Gambino. Nothing to do with the Gambino family. Nothing to do. Anyway, this beautiful Omega Speedmaster, unbelievable, unbelievable moon watch. Apollo 2. With the moonshine gold, $41,200 is the retail price. Don't pay for that watch more than $25,500. All right, guys. My last watch for you guys. It is the Rolex. This is an extra. This is like we're gonna give you one more watch to get you guys going. One more. I forgot the name when you give that. When you give like an extra thing, a bonus. This is a bonus. I'm giving you guys a bonus. I'm gonna give you a bonus. A bonus. And I told you last week, about this watch. This is the Rolex yellow gold Daytona with a green dial, champagne gauges, gold gauges, 40 millimeter, reference number 126508. This is a funny watch. It's funny because I'm telling you that this thing is dropping faster than Bill Clinton's pants in an Arkansas farmhouse. It's not there in the price still, but it's heading in that direction because they know that there a lot of these cucarachas, estas cucarachas, these roaches have greased up many in the back door, to get this watch. But it's dropping. The retail price of that watch is $48,400 plus your taxes, because a lot of those dealers from the Caribbean are belly up, gone, caput, finito, no more. A lot of them are gone. And I told you last week, don't pay more than 89. Then I told you don't pay more than 85. And I'm gonna tell you today, ladies and gentlemen, you ready? Don't pay more than $81,000. And okay, it's still dropping. Just be patient. It's still dropping. But I'm faster than them. They hear my numbers. We gotta drop again. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy this watch market update and you learn something. I really do. I hope you learn something from what they're doing with that Rolex Land Dweller, stainless steel, 40 millimeter, white dial, 15,300 and change is the retail price, and is up to $16,000. I showed you how they hiked up the price in that watch, and now they're selling it to you in the price that they wanted to get. They artificially got it to that number. All right? No sean lambones, no sean palomos. Be smart. Remember, these people take off your socks off without taking off your shoes. Don't forget that. These people will take off your socks off without taking off your shoes. Okay? All right, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like our video. Thank you very much to all of you for your support. For your support. Thank you very, very much from the bottom of my heart. Right, guys? Anyway, like me and sweet Kid Kino to me, Joaquin to you, would say always, take care and brush your hair. Peace.